What the fuck? What the fuck? Hello, 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 hello. Hero, hero, hero. Mic testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. We'll watch this. We'll watch this. What else? This could also be good. पता नहीं भाई. वेदांत ने दूसरा चैनल बना लिया. What the fuck? मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर. मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक रुकना ना मुझे मंसूर.
Nah, not fake. No way.
Sanjing Wong, let's go.
We too low.
Something wrong. That's lily laces.
We too low. Something wrong. Listen about that. You need to be with me.
When was this?
Sanjing Wong, let's go.
Sanjing Wong.
Something wrong. That's lily laces.
We too low.
Oh shit.
He said that's Lily
Lily
Laces.
Laces.
Jesus, this guy.
What?
Is a magic number. Three is a magic number. 300 seems like bugs and bees.
P-bird, clap, P-bird, clap.
Mm. Mm.
XQC, shut up and welcome me to the jungle.
Holy
30 month.
shit, true.
Ah.
Chat, interesting. See again. Funny.
That's Lily racist, man.
My FYP? No, it doesn't. FYP is fine.
Here's your black coffee.
Black? What kind of coffee is that?
Just black.
Not anymore.
What? What?
Here's your black coffee.
Black? What kind of coffee is that?
Just black.
Not today.
Please. We'll get people here. We just need some help. We can help.
Chat, what the fuck are these links? Chat, what the fuck are these links? What is it? What even is this?
We'll get people here. We just need some help. We can help you. Please.
XQCL.
Oh, okay, dude. Oh man, Jesus Christ, fuck, I forgot. Jesus, I forgot. I thought that was another song. Jeez, man, I don't even know.
Would you rather live in Nepal for a year or India for a month?
Take my prime.
Brother, I'm gonna keep it up. I mean, technically, if you think about it, I mean, I am living in India right now. Never mind.
Fuck you, man.
Canada.
I thought it was in Vancouver, chat, not Toronto. I don't get it.
With Moxie at you've seen?
When my girl talking shit on a girl she's beating with, and she ends up with, and I look better than her. Yo, what the fuck is that?
Experience the Big Bang or be banged by 10 black men.
First one, man. Fuck you.
Experience the Big Bang or be banged by 10 black men.
No brainer.
Booty and pussy. It all comes in the same one. If your fucking tongue is long enough, you get right down into the booty.
Use one nasty motherfucker. I hope I never meet you.
Well, it's not like I'm fucking eating fucking dick and balls and ass. That's super
It
gross.
don't matter, nigga. You eating the chili bowl.
So what, bro? As long as a girl fucking showers, dude. No, like I'm eating fucking like raw bum ass.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cow. How's your day been so far?
Birmingham gal said she like her man them foreigner. Say no more, fam. I might link my ting from barking 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning. She's jumping, no stalling. Love family. Man them, my ting sent me her location, yeah? Fam.
Please help, I really want to go right now. I just really want to die right now. For me on.
That's Roblox, man.
Moxie, is that you who did that?
So we back for part 2 of the MTV Crib Tour after those Mongolians got shit on. Let's go see some of the HUDs real quick. Yo, what's up, fine shit? You want to see a spring roll surprise?
Go away, Chiga. You literally let me peg you last night.
Oh, nah, bro. She capping, guys, I swear.
Yo, I heard that. I want to try knockout. I want to try knockout today. Wait, what? Oh my god, bro. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I hope you. Thanks for 55 months of brain rot.
Love
your
What?
content. Have a great day, chat.
Nothing beats it. Jet 2 holiday. And right now, nothing beats
What?
it. Jet 2 holiday. And right now,
Chat, that's like Fall Guys.
Y'all niggas is broke. Y'all niggas is bums. Y'all niggas ain't getting no bread. I'm getting all this bread to the bread. Y'all niggas broke. Y'all niggas lame. Y'all niggas busted, nigga. I'm getting all this bread, nigga. And y'all niggas ain't getting no bread, nigga. Broke ass.
Chat. Does Karl Marx have the pass or not? No. This is the question of the day, chat, that we need to ask. We need to do some research. Chat, does he have the pass? I'm not in the position to give the pass. I must ask the people. Does he have a pass or did he have a pass back then?
Dirty ass, nasty ass, lame nigga. Y'all niggas ain't getting shit, nigga. Rich as fuck, nigga. Killer Stone gang, nigga. Y'all niggas is broke. Y'all niggas is.
Everybody know a pedophile in this room right now.
At least one. At least.
In this room, it's probably 3 niggas that's fucking children. Nah, we ain't doing that. Hopefully not. We ain't doing
Hopefully not.
Somebody in this room, it's probably 3 niggas that's fucking children. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Hello, Rajiv.
Hopefully not. We ain't doing that.
Hopefully not.
Jesus, this guy, huh?
Republicans, good morning and welcome to the Washington Journal.
Hey, good morning. I just have 2 quick points here. One, I feel that there are equal rights when it comes to marriage because a gay man has the same right to marry a woman that a straight man has. And two, personally, I do support gay marriage, but only when both chicks are hot. Thank you.
Let's move on to.
Jesus.
Why? Because I'm just trying to be like my idol.
Who your idol?
King Von.
What the?
Self snitch?
So, I did what most of you probably would do.
Are
I
any
started my
games
own
an
lemonade
outlet for anger
stand.
from
After
other
12
games for you?
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me right now with this Disney fairy dog shit? A lemonade stand? Who the fuck let this little prick in here anyways? Did you really think you were gonna waltz up in here with your sad little shitty lemonade stand and think you're gonna be a fine and classy billionaire like me? I mean, it's just utterly pathetic. It looks like a shit shack. Get the fuck out.
Whoa, man. Check that's kind of far out there.
Wrong number. I told you wrong number.
Life good?
What?
I said wrong number. Wrong number.
How many genders are there? I have no idea.
A lot. I don't know.
It's a good question. I mean, it's a spectrum.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Unlimited.
As many as you want.
Can you name 5?
Howdy, Hobie. It's Tony. If you need LED signs for
Really?
your business, event, or exhibition,
Really?
you can come to LC Sign. We're a source factory with 15 years of experience and have C and UL certifications. Our freight rates are top 3 in Guangzhou, 10 to 20% lower than agents. Priority shipping and peak seasons delivery.
Interesting, yeah. Dude.
Glad the video got over, bhai. Fuck.
You guys get mad about my sleep schedule? Look at this guy. This guy's even worse.
Military airlift is underway. On June 16th, at least 32 tanker aircraft departed from American bases toward Europe, landing at key stopover bases for Middle East operations. The mission remains undisclosed, but it's not for some military exercise. A fleet of 32 tankers can support well over 200 combat aircraft operating at the same time. Meanwhile, on the other end of the globe, the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group has cancelled its scheduled port call in Vietnam and left the South China Sea. It is headed toward the Middle East to join the aircraft carriers that...
Chat, aren't they there for a reason, chat, in the South China Sea, chat? Isn't that kind of a risk, though? What happens if they decide to push up into fucking Taiwan?
are already there. This kind of buildup usually signals preparations for a large-scale air campaign. If America plans to support Israel's campaign offensively, these tanker planes and aircraft carriers would be among the most critical assets. In the coming days, the United States may find cause to get directly involved, if it hasn't already. The drumbeats are distant, but they're marching this way. For days, Netanyahu has urged Trump to join the war against Iran.
Is this an ad or not?
He may have finally given in to the pressure. Recently, he demanded Iran's unconditional surrender and claimed the US knows the supreme leader's exact location but will not target him.
My logo's not here in the center as a unbiased lord. It's kind of odd. I need my logo in there somewhere.
This story was picked up by nearly 250 sources, so it made quite the headlines. Less noticed, however, is the story of who might replace the supreme leader. Days earlier, Reza Pahlavi, Iran's exiled crown prince, called on the country's security forces to cut ties with the regime and support a mass uprising. This is a major development. Iran has no coherent opposition to speak of, which is why all previous uprisings failed. But with the crown prince stepping in as a dark horse candidate, a unified opposition could emerge. This story has barely been picked up though. Only 80 sources reported on it.
Yeah, but how does that even happen though? I don't get it. Chat, they have like no government or whatever? Like if there's none, how do you even get one?
Sources lean toward the right, so there's still much to piece together about what comes next. I use ground news to connect the dots because it allows me to check out local and regional sources. I truly believe that is the best way to understand this tricky region. I can't stress enough how important this outlets save is below not deep enough. Satellite imagery shows damage at Natanz, which is
go back. I didn't see none of that shit.
Israel's airstrikes have hit hard but not deep enough. Satellite imagery shows damage at Natanz, which is Iran's main uranium facility. Key buildings have been leveled and more than a dozen top scientists have been killed. This Building, for instance, turns weapons-grade uranium into uranium metal, which forms the core of a nuclear weapon. Rebuilding it could take up to a year. However, the real problem remains.
Yeah, I know.
Iran's most
Enrichment,
protected site, the Fordo fuel enrichment plant, is buried deep inside a mountain near Qom. Encased in reinforced concrete, the facility is believed to be beyond the reach of any Israeli weapon known to exist. It was built in secret and only publicly unveiled in 2009. Since then, Fordo has been at the center of international attempts to curb Iran's nuclear program. But Iran has other ultra-secure facilities to rely on besides Fordo.
I don't really get this though,
Iran has
Chad.
recently been building...
Chad, if they said that, I thought there's something that says that they can't do that, and then they do that deliberately, and it's whatever. Nobody gives a shit. I don't get it.
An even deeper, more fortified site known as Pickaxe Mountain Plant. It is built straight into a mountain just a few kilometers south of Natanz. While Fordo is believed to have 2 tunnel entrances, Pickaxe has at least 4, making it much harder to seal off by bombing. Its underground chambers are also believed to offer more floor space. Iran has barred the IAEA from inspecting the site, so most of what is known about Pickaxe comes from open source leaks and a fair amount of speculation. However, if Iran decided to assemble a nuclear weapon while under attack, this is the place they would do it. Conventional bombs simply can't reach it. Israel's best bunker busters, like the US-supplied GBU-28, can penetrate up to 6 meters of concrete, but that is nowhere near enough for the hardened chambers of Pickaxe or even Fordo. The only weapon that stands a chance of getting through is the GBU-57.
Can you give a shout out to my boyage for being 30 minutes sober?
Good job, Jay, for being 30 minutes sober, man. Also, chat, wait, 30 minutes? Huh?
1,000-kilogram bomb can smash through 61 meters of concrete.
Yeah, but chat, why did they just cut off the power supply? Chat, it needs a lot of power to do all that, no? Why don't they just cut off the power?
Is the most sophisticated bunker buster we know of, but only the US Air Force can deploy it, using the B-2 bomber. No other aircraft is configured to carry it, and Israel has no B-2 bombers. So, to destroy Iran's nuclear program, Natanz, Fordo, and Pickaxe will have to be taken down, and only America can pull the trigger. Admittedly, air power alone may not be enough. Special forces would have to be deployed on the ground to confirm the destruction of each site, but the bottom line is that American involvement, especially in aerial operations, is inevitable. Most of the US tanker aircraft landed in Italy, Spain, and Germany at bases that typically serve as launch pads for operations in the Middle East. Morro Air Base in Spain is one such example. It is a place where tanker aircraft specialize in taking off to refuel B-2 bombers in the air. Doing so would then allow the bombers to keep flying to the Middle East to carry out attacks. So, what we're seeing is the formation of an air corridor designed to sustain a prolonged assault. A fleet of 32 tankers can keep over 200 combat aircraft in the air at the same time. There is no need for that kind of support in a region.
Oh, they get the fuel on the mother suckers, put them on the thing, then they just do spins and then they do like air refuels and whatnot, and they just keep going on a cycle
where the
over
US
and over
already
again.
has a massive footprint. So either America is preparing to strike Iran directly, or it is setting up a refueling mission over Iraq or Syria to let Israeli jets carry more bombs instead of external fuel tanks. The latter
Chat,
is
let's leave it a buck. It's a lot more likely that they're just posturing, which is enough of a move to do whatever they're trying to achieve with this agenda or whatever, right? And it's not to be carried out.
the
entirely.
safer bet for the United States. With that many US tanker aircraft
Surely.
refueling Israeli jets, Israel can begin the second phase of the war, the Dahiya Doctrine. And from here, things get dark really fast. The Dahiya Doctrine is a controversial military strategy that involves the use of overwhelming firepower, including
The what? Huh?
Started developed by IDF aimed at deterring future
attacks on civilian infrastructure to deter enemies. It is named after a suburb of Beirut that was heavily bombed during the 2006 Lebanon War. The doctrine is designed to inflict massive destruction, pressure civilians,
BTW, you
to turn
played
against
my Roblox game. Yes, Ross said my Jeeves' voice was hot, but it did so shout out and dunno.
Oh, she's very hot, man. Thanks so much for the 50 official, man. That's really sweet. I'm a bit confused about this part, though.
officials and shift blame onto non-state actors who operate within civilian areas. Former Israeli General Gadi Eisenkot described it bluntly. If a rocket is fired from a village, the entire village becomes a target. Israel is expected to apply that in Tehran, which would explain the additional tanker aircraft en route to the region. They're going to ramp up the aerial assault. The casualties would be enormous. Already, a mass exodus of civilians is underway, with many fleeing Tehran for safer ground.
Interesting.
Critics argue the doctrine violates key principles of international law, namely the distinction between civilians and combatants, the requirement for proportionality, and the prohibition on collective.
Yeah, let's give it a bucket. Let's not act like people, not people, but like these countries give a fuck about international laws and like treason papers. I'm just saying. I mean, when people break those, nothing really fucking happens and shit. I mean, the basis of all this or whatever, right, is that these are doing anti-treaty fucking nuclear shit that they're not supposed to do. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody gives a fuck about this, about that. So everybody gives a fuck about this. I'm just saying, I don't see it. I don't see it. It's like everybody does whatever the fuck they want, regardless of whatever is said not to be done. Now what?
Punishment under the Geneva Convention. That is all very true, but sometimes power makes its own rules.
Israel does it too, and
the
everybody's
world
fucked
has
in it.
no
I'm
choice
saying
but
it.
to move on. This is the war American, Israeli, and Iranian policymakers
Stop
have
doing that.
prepared for the last 40 years. It has all come down to this. Iran knows the United States is likely to join Israel in attacking its nuclear program. In anticipation, Iran has held back most of its hypersonic missiles, storing them deep underground in bunkers where
Yo, classic, man. Bro, they're sending flying garbage, and they're depleting the fucking Iron Dome, and then they find the actual real shit, and now the other guys are running out of juice, man. Bro, they're sending flying garbage right now, man.
Israeli
Fuck, man.
bombs can't reach. These
Are they not
missiles,
smurfing? They're
designed
smurfing.
to evade standard defenses, including the Iron Dome, are not meant for symbolic retaliation. They are reserved for targeted, high-impact strikes on key US military assets across the periphery, if America gets involved directly. Iran's strategy could include military bases.
Chat, let me put this in Russ terms. They're sending in a bunch of guys in hazmat suits with fucking Tommy guns and shit like that to fucking push Maine to bed out a bunch of rockets and shit like that before they send in the fucking full metal guys with the fucking AKs. It's that simple.
Such as the
This is
British
an
Air Force
actual
Base,
Russ terms
Akrotiri,
strategy.
and the Andreas Papandreou Air Base, both in Cyprus. These two are used for surveillance and regional operations and would make for top priority targets. Other targets could include the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, which serves as
Hey,
America's
will not
main
do
regional
that.
command center. Also
They
at
ain't
risk
doing that.
are the Qadisiyah Air Base and the Harir Air Base in Iraq, the Ali Al Salem Air Base and Camp Arif Jah in
They ain't
Kuwait,
doing none of
the Al
that.
Dafra Air Base in the UAE, the Muwafaq
Yeah,
Salti
I
Air
like
Base
these
in
places.
Jordan, and the Prince Sultan
Don't
Air
do
Base
that.
in Saudi Arabia. Also, within range are the US carrier strike groups in the Red Sea and Eastern Mediterranean, but also the Naval Support Activity Base in Bahrain, which is home to the US 5th Fleet. If Iran fires its hypersonic missiles at these sites, the casualties would be massive, especially if equipped with dirty bombs to scatter.
Yeah, but if that happens, and they do that, and they do this, and they do that, is there gonna be more rockets from the other guys that are like, yo, now you're hitting our friend, now we're gonna do it, and then they do that, and they do this, and they do that, and they do that, and now it's just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's GG.
It's just boom, boom. Yeah. That's it. There's nothing else but boom.
Radioactive materials.
Oh, and let me guess. America is across the
I
universe.
could not translate the last tunnel. Can you please speak English?
Okay. And America is far away. Nobody even has the capacity to hit fucking across the universe. They're chilling.
Despite Iran's efforts to hide its
That's
arsenal
not like it
and
though.
nuclear
I said much
sites
love than
deep
$50.
underground,
Also,
the US military has weapons
whatever.
that can still reach them. Tehran understands that if the conflict turns into a full-scale war, even its...
Hold on, chat. Yes, ICBMs, not a lot of people even have the capability of delivering that. It would have to go, like, in space to go down. Bro, that shit is... bro, they shouldn't even be fucking tested for fucking decades and shit. This is hardcore shit. Not a lot of people can do that.
Most secure sites might not stay safe for long, which is why it is carefully weighing when, where, and if to use its most powerful weapons. This will not end well. Many will die, but the last time someone struck US bases, they got a glimpse of the portable sun.
Whoa, whoa, this YouTube guy. Whoa, Jesus, this guy is off the rails.
From Caspian Report, if you approve of what we do, please leave a comment, hit the like button, and mayhaps share the video. In any case...
Yo, I saw you do these EU political YouTubers, brother. They always take it fucking up like 4 notches and get up to American shit, dude. Like, they always go way off the rails. Anyway, that was an interesting video. Is he wrong? I mean, I don't know. Was that not an innuendo with like Pearl Harbor / like nuclear bomb shit? So it says no. What the fuck? Then what was it about then? It was kind of fair, but I mean, we don't want to think that negatively now.
The Cold War.
Like nuclear bombs is kinda too far. Like.
Yo, what doing?
So this is the hidden cost of owning an EV. So we have been using the Ola S1 Pro Gen 1, Ola S1 Pro Gen 2, Ather 450X for about a year now. So we got access to the Ather Rista and I've been daily driving it for about a month now.
Now
whenever I ride this EV somewhere, the questions are...
Wait. What's the range? What's the charging cost? How much is the electricity bill? And how does the battery age?
And the entire controversy of
Ola has defaulted on payments 20 crore rupees.
Electric scooter catching fire recently.
10,000 complaints, delayed services, unresolved refund issues, and overall deficiencies in the company's after-sales service.
Well, people are always curious when you ride an EV, and since more people are thinking of getting an EV, the biggest hidden cost of an EV is battery. Like if you buy an Activa which costs about 90,000 rupees, an EV on the other hand, suppose Rista, costs roughly 1.1 lakh rupees. And you might think that this 15,000 difference, well, I'll recover it in the next 2 to 3 years because, hey, no petrol, it's free. But did you know that on average, in an EV, the battery costs about 40% of the price of the scooter? If you have to replace that battery, what will be the cost in top 4 selling EVs in India? Bajaj Chetak, Ola S1 Pro, Ather Rista, TVS iQube, and how faster the battery degrades. Like this baby has ridden 5,000 kilometers in a year. This has ridden 10,000 kilometers in 2 years. Equally ridden scooters. We'll live test battery health, test the brand claims of battery warranty, everything. This is a super long-term video that we wanted to do. Let's go, or let's ride. Now, before we get to the whole story of the battery, there are a few fundamental differences between a petrol scooter and an EV. Like number one, EVs have modes. See, Activa doesn't have any riding modes. There are some scooters like the TVS Ntorq which has riding modes, but it's not that important in them. Whereas in an EV, modes are very important. Like for example, let's take the Aetherista. It has two modes, a Smart Eco mode and a Zip mode. So if you see, as soon as I change mode, the range of the scooter changes. And plus the riding experience in different modes is way different. Like if I'm here in Smart Eco mode, you see I can accelerate fast, but the top speed is capped to 50 km/h, which is good for traffic, but it's too low for a highway ride. And if you move to Zip mode, see I can almost touch 80 km/h. Similarly, in Ola S1 Pro, there are way lot of modes, like 4 modes, and the range depends on the type of mode that you are riding in. Now, EV companies make it very hard to understand, but I'll just tell you one simple logic. See, the highest range that you will get is in Eco or Smart Eco mode. Never buy looking at that range. It's practically impossible for a lot of people to drive in that Eco range on a day-to-day basis. Rather, you should look at the second mode or the mode just above Eco mode. That is your real world range that you will get. Like for example, take this Aetherista. In real world life, I get about 100 to 105 kilometers.
That's fair.
And that is the real world range. And the range that you see on the dashboard of the Aetherista is bang on accurate. Whereas in case of Ola, the range that you see here, in real life, you will get 10 to 20% less kilometers. This range on the dashboard is not accurate for Ola. Now, if you want to know more differences of a petrol scooter versus EV scooter, we have already done a dedicated video on it. Do check that out. But now, let's get to the hidden things that you don't see while buying an EV. There are 3 things that you should always check, no matter what the brand is. Number 1, charging and service expense. Now, unlike traditional scooters, EVs are only serviced every 5,000 kilometers. So in my case, I only serviced it once this last year. Surprisingly, I only spent 1100 rupees on the scooter for an entire year. Like this is the invoice, let me show you. So this is the actual service cost of 826 rupees with labor charges. The rest was getting the handle grips changed. Now with Ola, you would have heard all the service center woes, like all the bad experience. So the first service cost about 700 to 1000 rupees. Again, a very personal experience. We wanted to repair the Ola scooter and in fact service it. The service center near our office location completely denied because there are a lot of scooters to be serviced. They don't have enough people to do it. Now we had to get it partially serviced from a far off service center. Coming to Bajaj Chetak and TVS iQube, we inquired about the service cost and spoke to people. Roughly all of them had a service cost of about 1000 to 1500 rupees per year. Now this depends on how much you ride. I'm considering city commute, which should be roughly 5000 to 6000 kilometers per year. If your kilometer doubles, the service cost also doubles. So whenever you buy an EV, service cost and brand service network is the most important thing to check. Now coming to the charging expense at home, I revealed in this video over here, it takes about 4 to 5 units to charge the scooter 100%. In Delhi, that's free. 200 units of electricity are free or was free, not sure. So in theory, I have not paid anything for the past 1 year to charge the scooter. Now, the second most important part is charging network. Now, personally, I feel charging network is much more critical when you're talking about 4-wheeler EV because they go outstation. With a 2-wheeler EV, you will mostly be doing city commute and 90% of the times you will be charging your EV at home. But it's important to know for those 10% emergency scenarios how the charging network of the company is. So we'll do a real life test. Shobik will, oh my god, Shobik will go on the Ola, I'll go on my Ather and we'll give you real time status of the charging network. And this has been the experience in our place. So Ather showed this charging network around our place and I have never visited this particular charging network, but Ather keeps on increasing the charging network. As you can see, there are 13 charging stations around here. So let's see and visit how it goes. So we thought we were in the middle of nowhere. There are very slim gullies, roads and everything, and we thought this is a mistake. There could not be a charging station here and this is like a very random place. We have never come here. And then turns out you walk here and you have 2 Ather charging points. Both of them are available and this is in middle of a village in sector 45. And so proper charging station. Like, I don't know if it's coming across through the video, but we are stunned like it. How can you have a charging station in such a place? Like, fantastic, man. Good one.
So it's the next day. Yesterday I took the Ola scooter for charging and there was this one charging point. That's it. A charging box with a single charging point. And if you are not carrying your charger, you are done. They don't offer you chargers. And that is like the one charging point across Delhi NCR. There are no other specific like charging stations.
Now, after charging the Ather, I received a bill on my phone. Like, I charged for 15 minutes and see, I received a bill of about 15 rupees some paisa. So, Ather charging stations are paid in these locations. You have to pay 1 rupees per minute. It's a really good facility in case you are stranded and you want to use something in emergency.
Yeah.
Unlike Ola, it works. Now, TVS iQube doesn't provide any charging network, but you can charge them at the service center for free or even at a paid third-party charging station. Like Ather lets you plug in the charger of any scooter so you can pay and charge. But overall, I think Ather is the only one who's working or has a trustable charging network in my experience. The rest all the brands, it's hard to judge as of now in India. But what's easy to judge is the battery health and cost. See, in an electric two-wheeler, the most expensive part is the battery. Like for example, the Ather 450X battery replacement cost is 60,000 rupees. It's about 40 to 50% cost of the scooter. So the thing is, if this battery doesn't last even like 5 years only, you will end up paying a lot more than a petrol scooter. Now, smartphone users are pretty much aware of battery health. Like suppose your battery is 5000 mAh when you buy this phone. Year on year, the battery degrades and after 2 years, maybe you will get less battery life. But in a scooter, especially in an EV, this degraded battery health will affect the scooter in 3 ways. Number 1, range. If battery health is less, your range will drop down from suppose 100 kilometers to 80 kilometers after 5 years. Luckily, nothing has happened on mine yet. Number 2, top speed. While a scooter's top speed is not directly proportional to the battery's health, there are algorithms and tech that run this scooter. So remember the popular iPhone battery gate, where iPhone would reduce your phone's performance with new update to make sure that the battery life is still good. Same is the case with EV. Top speed can be capped so that the battery doesn't suffer. Number 3, acceleration. Now again, to conserve battery, your performance, acceleration and riding while on uphill roads will be tapered down to make sure that the battery is left. Now there are top 4 popular brands in two-wheeler EVs in India. Bajaj and TVS offer 3-year warranty or 50,000 kilometers, which honestly I feel is too less. So up until 3 years, a petrol and an EV scooter will cost about the same. And after 3 years is where you will start seeing real savings when it comes to an EV scooter. So bigger companies like Bajaj and TVS who own about like 50% market share should at least offer 5-year warranty on the battery or give the option to upgrade to one. Like that will give confidence to more people to switch to an EV. Now Ola is a bit generous. It comes with a similar 3-year warranty or 40,000 kilometers.
Or you can pay extra and get it.
A bit more and extend the warranty to 5 years or 8 years. Like this is the pricing of that. Ather on the other hand offers the maximum 5-year or 50,000 kilometers warranty by default, and there is also an option that lets you extend the warranty to 8-year or 80,000 kilometers. That's actually a brilliant move and makes people more confident to buy a two-wheeler EV, the extended warranty thing. Now we compared plans of all brands, and this is interesting. Like brands really like to hide the fine print terms and conditions. Like Ola has a slightly higher price point for 8-year warranty and Ather is a bit cheaper. And as per our conversation with both of them, if you have an older Ola scooter, you cannot get the extended 8-year warranty. But with Ather, you can get 8 years of extended warranty on the battery.
डेथ स्ट्रैंडिंग 2 खेल रहा था आज, बहुत बोर हो गया भाई. कुछ नहीं करना उसमें, चल के जाना एक जगह से दूसरे जगह भाई. कट सीन पे कट सीन है भाई.
Actually, couple of them. First, you need to have an Ather Pro pack, which is the software features list that you get. So basically, you get 2 invoices while buying the scooter.
Nice.
One is for the scooter and another is for the Ather Pro pack. And second, you can get 8-year extended warranty on an Ather you have already bought, but it has to be within 90 days of purchase or billing. So in simple words, if you just buy the scooter without Pro Pack, you get 3 years of warranty for free. If you buy a Ather scooter with Pro Pack, you get 3 plus 2 years extra warranty for free. And then there's the third option. If you have Pro Pack, you can extend your 5 years warranty to additional 3 years, and then you get a total 8 years of warranty at 4,999. So just
this is better, bhai.
Remember this battery warranty like 870. So if before 80,000 kilometer your battery health falls below 70%, they'll replace it, no questions asked. Now this situation might not arrive, but if you have multiple claims of battery replacement within the warranty period, like you just got your battery replaced and again it went below 70% battery health just in 8 years. So there is no upper cap on how many times you can replace the battery in Ather. Again, for Ola, we tried finding out how many times can you replace the battery. There's no clear answer and it's not clearly defined in warranty documents. Also with EV, since they use app support, tracking, GPS and all of that, even if you turn off the scooter, it will still keep losing battery. So suppose if you left your scooter at 10% battery and went for a 1-week trip, day by day it will lose battery and eventually there will be a point when your scooter reaches 0% battery. And this is very rare. If you still leave your EV uncharged for a long period of time, the battery will enter a state where it is below the safe voltage limit. And now your scooter won't even turn on, and due to high internal resistance, it won't even charge. This is called deep discharge state and it is very rare, but since all of the EV buyers are first time buyers, chances are this could happen. Now, guess what? Ola doesn't provide any warranty or assurance for that, whereas Ather does provide deep discharge assurance. Now finally, the battery health. So first we went to the Ola service center and surprise, surprise, the service center guy told us that they don't have the access to check battery health.
चार्जिंग साइकिल दिख सकती है बस साइकिल वो भी आपको अलाउड नहीं है कि बस ये कह सकते हैं कि कब हुई थी कब नहीं हुई थी और कुछ नहीं आता है.
So which is again, chalo, fine. So we went to the second service center and that guy resetted the entire scooter and then told us that if there is any problem with the battery, they will entirely replace the battery. It's like I take my bike to the service center and ask them to check the engine oil, whether it's good or not. And the mechanic replies, I will not check. I'll either replace the engine oil or not. Bruh. So if anyone from Ola is watching this, like, bro, it's my scooter. If you don't give me the access to check battery health in the smartphone app, so at least let me check at the service center. And next we went to the Ather service center. It was pretty much smooth. So my battery health after running 5,000 to 6,000 kilometers was 97%. Like as you can see on the screen, it will show you the battery health percentage of individual cells. In simple words, it's 97%. So by that logic, I should be easily able to run my scooter for the next 10 years, which is way more than enough. I probably might not use the scooter after 10 years. So after using these 4 EVs for about 2 years now, this is what my experience have been. EVs do quite a little bit good for the environment, but if you are that person like, Pratik, why do I care about the environment? Well, they do save money. Like I have spent only 1100 rupees on my Ather 450X for the past 1 year. So if you have a city commute of less than 100 kilometers per week, get an EV, you will save a lot on petrol. Like roughly a petrol scooter would cost you 2 rupees per kilometer, whereas an EV would cost you 0.2 rupees per kilometer. So now the question is which EV to buy. See, in my personal experience, get an Ather. If you want something sporty, get Ather 450X. Like the handling and if you have to overtake quickly in traffic, the 450X feels much more confident and light. We have also done a long-term review, you can check it out here. For most family usage, carrying those vegetables and all, occasionally luggage and everything.
हाँ मेरा 1000 से कम लगता है मेरा.
The Rista is a good choice. Like this is just demo.
मेरे ओला पे मेरे को 500 लगता था. Around 450 to 500 कुछ लगता था.
But 3 people can sit on the Rista comfortably. And do remember that Ather Rista doesn't have a touchscreen. So if you have to send location on the scooter, you'll have to do it via the Ather smartphone app, which I feel my mom and dad won't use. Also, it's a big scooter in length. It's not your usual racing scooter. So it's built only for proper family and household stuff. And if you run behind features and good discounts and don't value good products, these type of scooters will get promoted. Like a couple of people in our office bought the Ola S1 Pro and they would not personally recommend Ola to anyone else around them. So by good products, it genuinely does good for the market as well. And on that note,
मैं भी नहीं recommend करूँगा भाई किसी को. $350 क्यों ले रहा भाई? 350 क्यों ले रहा भाई? Super Meteor brother, 650. क्या है? भाई क्या शानदार गाड़ी भाई है. अच्छा लग रहा है इंटरस्टेलर. थोड़ा अलग ले सकता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. शॉटगन तो है ही अच्छी यार. कॉन्टिनेंटल मत लेना खाली. दिख रहा है? There is a reason. There is a reason भाई. शानदार गाड़ी है भाई. हाँ स्कूटी बेच के स्कूटी लेने से तेरे पे तो अच्छी भी लगेगी भाई, तेरे पे तो बहुत बढ़िया लगेगी भाई। तुम पे आर्यमन पे तुम लोग हो भाई, हाइट बॉडी मस्त है दोनों की। आर्यमन तो बहुत अच्छी लगेगी गाड़ी। अच्छा यार, लेकिन वही यार आ रही थोड़ा सा क्या बोल रहा है ये?
Everyone in office wants
वाइट में कहाँ आती है भाई? वाइट में आती है? क्या मैं नो गेम भाई सही में नहीं पता भाई मैं क्या खेलूं। कहाँ ये है एमरल्ड? नहीं तो वो है। हाँ पुरानी तो पता है मेरे को, पुरानी तो खतरनाक थी वो। एनहांसिंग गैलोपिंग जस्ट जो अब जस्ट नहीं, उसको टाइम हो गया, तुम लोग हो ही नहीं, मैं क्या करूं। समझ गया मैं तू क्या बोल रहा है, इधर दिख जाएगा। ऐसे बोल रहा है ना ये।
to buy a car. So I found something interesting, and that's the 20% rule. Look at this Excel sheet here. This Excel sheet will calculate your affordability, but the second calculator is the most important calculator, which is the TAZ calculator. Let's start with the affordability calculator first. First, you put your annual income, which is 10 lakh rupees I've assumed over here. You can obviously change it. Then you put in your income tax to get your net income. Now, in this case, there is no income tax, so we'll let it be at 10. Then we'll put the price of vehicle X showroom. I'm putting 15 lakh rupees, but remember, X showroom means exclusive of all other taxes. So you have to include it. Call up your car dealership, ask them, on-road price kya hoga, get that breakup and include it and put it in this Excel sheet. So we have road tax and others. If you're getting accessories, other things put in, please add all those costs. Then we have expected down payment. Now, generally, the expected down payment is 20% of your total on-road cost, which in this case is adding these two up. 20% is roughly 3.2 lakhs. The loan tenure and the interest loan. Make sure you get the exact details from your bank so you know what to enter here. And you'll finally get the magical number which will haunt you for the next 5 years. EMI amount 26,882 has been debited from your account. Platform number 8 pe aa chuki hai. Now let's see the running cost. Most people actually don't calculate this. So if you have, say I have already calculated in the comments because aapki taadaad kafi kam hai. Now I want you to think that the fuel cost per year is 47,000 and over a lifespan it's 3.3 lakhs. The value of your car that you paid, 16 lakh rupees. And you're spending 3.3 lakhs on just the running cost. Now what I'll do is I'll divide the fuel cost per year by 12. I'll get 3,929. I will add the fuel cost and the monthly EMI. That means your EMI is not 26,882. It is 26,000 plus the fuel cost, which is 30,800. It's almost 31,000. But the mentally आप सोच रहे थे लगभग 26,000 है. But actually it's 31,000. That's a big difference. And I've not added the other costs yet. Now let's move on to the part we all hate, but we must do because the government says we must do it, which is insurance and maintenance. So the insurance premium is 25,000 rupees. Please make sure you try to get a zero dep insurance because it's really, really useful. Don't just get a third-party insurance. The annual maintenance cost, about, let's say, 25,000. Then you take these two numbers, multiply them by 7 years to get your lifespan cost. So that is 1,75,000 plus 1,75,000. So I'll add this total yearly cost, and then I'll just divide it by 12 months to see what is this extra cost that I'm adding. Oh, interesting. So this is being added to 4,167 rupees a month. Wow.
35
so
ho gaya.
If I add my previous EMI to this new cost, suddenly my every month cost is now almost 35,000 rupees. Now let's go to additional costs. You have annual parking expenses. Now I know this is different for everyone, but I have to assume something. So I've assumed 10,000 rupees. I've also assumed some tolls over here. Kuch family trip mein jaoge, you'll go somewhere because on Saturday night you felt like having those Murthal ka parathas and you left at night, you paid the toll, made unbelievably great memories. So you have to add those costs. And now we have a lifespan cost. Let's also add this and see what we get. 10 plus 10, and then I'll put these curly brackets and I'll divide it by 12 months because this is a yearly cost. And I've got 1,667. So I'll add this, my previous EMI, to this expense. Now I know
36?
my EMI is now 36,644 rupees. Now let's look at the total ownership summary. You have a buying cost, you have running costs, you have insurance, you have additional costs. The total cost of ownership is not 16 lakhs as you thought. It's actually 27 lakhs 52,943 rupees. So we can see in the Excel sheet, we already have annual cost of owning a car is 3,93,000 and some rupees. Affordable? No. Why is it saying no? Because it's not 20% of your disposable income. And disposable is basically the salary you get after tax.
But my salary will also increase, no?
Your salary.
Yeah.
So you're saying if your salary increases, then it becomes more affordable.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do something. Let's also include inflation, since you're also including salary. So I'll assume salary increment of 8%. I know a lot of you are very good and you'll get more than this. But please, let's be realistic. 8%. Inflation will keep at 5. Actually, let's keep it at 6%. Now, let's turn this into a 7-year table and see and compare your expense to your income and see what is the affordability then. So year 1 to 7, I have net income. This is increasing by 8% every year. That means we start with 10 lakhs and by 7th year, it's almost 16 lakhs. Ah, beautiful. Then we have down payment. This is the same. The down payment and EMI stay the same. We have the running cost, which let's assume increases by 6% a year. ये तो सोचा ही नहीं था आपने. Then we have insurance and maintenance. Insurance will stay the same, but maintenance can increase a little bit. So I'll make the increase in this little gradual, but there is some increase. Additional cost also gradual increase. And we have the total cost. Now the last column is the most important, and it will show you the percentage of your net income versus how much you're spending on the EMI. But remember, this affordability calculator is not as important as the TAZ calculator, which I'll do next. So you can see it goes from 37% all the way to 26%. I still think it's kind of high because it should be under 20% as much as possible. So now there are two ways to actually solve this issue. The first is if you change some of these variables, like the cost of the car, obviously everything comes down. So if I change the 16 lakhs to say 12, everything changes. Another option is to actually change the down payment from 20% to a much larger number. So let me change this 20% to say 40%. These two things, once you change, that you do a higher down payment and you do a smaller car, you actually affect your overall EMI a lot. And you can see that the percentage of net income now has come down to 29%. Now you'll have to keep adjusting these variables until this becomes around 20%. Remember, the higher down payment you're able to pay, the less the EMI becomes, the interest also reduces, and the pressure to pay every month a large sum also decreases. Now it's time for the interesting bit, which is the TAZ calculator. Actually, can someone take this? Because we don't need this calculator anymore. I need you to find a notebook and a piece of pen and paper, and I want you to draw a line between it. And on the right,
Pros
write
and
the
cons.
stuff you want to own, like an iPhone, Jordans, and so on. On the left side, I want you to write 3 to 4 experiences that you think are out of this world. Don't go too crazy, but go little crazy. And if it's between 1.5 lakhs, it's probably just the sweet spot. Put those experiences in and see if you can actually afford them. In most cases, if you plan, you will be able to. Now, I want you to, next to these, write a rating of what do you think is amazing. We actually did this with a bunch of people in the office, and people started rating the experiences higher and the things lower. And everyone paused for a moment and said, "Why are you making me do this?" I said, I wanted to understand whether you want to own things or whether you want to experience things. And everyone said, we love Dil Chahta Hai. And the younger people said, we love Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, and we want to live that life. Then I said, if you're optimizing for experience, then why are you thinking about owning stuff? Because when you have an EMI, you won't be able to do any of these things. From 20s to, say, 40s, you have lots of energy and you can actually do things. Shouldn't you be optimizing for experiences? Things no one is doing. Things only you can do because you have the freedom of cash. Once you figure that you can optimize life for experiences, nothing feels the same. Everything changes because now you're leading a life with an inner compass, with something that gives you happiness. Your work becomes better, you're better with your partner, you actually produce more creatively because you feel a life which is more fulfilled. I want you to think about what these experiences are. Tell me in the comments, because once you experience this, the only thing you will ever think about is this.
Azadi. Yo. हेलो हेलो
यो
वर्डल वगैरह करे भाई. आजादी भुखमारी से, आजादी पश्चाताप से, आजादी भेदभाव से, आजादी सुनती छे. क्या है भाई? आई और यू?
आई और यू आओ आओ क्या अबे आई वानी है ना
हाँ पता है मेरे को, मैं एंटर नहीं दोबारा.
गोलमाल में
डी भी नहीं है.
फिर क्या होगा? क्या लगता है क्या हो सकता है? I'd say
ई नहीं है ना, लेकिन
आई नहीं है.
हाँ वो तो मैं जानबूझ के नहीं किया, मैं सोच रहा था और दूसरे अल्फाबेट्स यूज करके पता कर लूँ. पता है आई नहीं है इधर, बट ये कर सकते हैं. ओके ओ भी है.
ओके 3 balls है भाई, what the fuck.
हॉइस्ट है क्या? HOIS हॉइस्ट
एसटी नहीं है,
अभी ट्राई हो जाएगा.
एसटी है, दिख नहीं रहा था कोई इधर है. इधर मॉइस्ट का हॉइस्ट कर दिया तूने. ठीक है दोस्त.
नेवर माइंड यार.
अबे क्या है भाई?
डच के बोल रहा है ये बंदा. वाओ क्या है? यू नहीं है,
आई नहीं है.
सब BOU
ओ डैश
ओ नहीं है इधर.
आई डोंट फील डी आएगा.
डी नहीं है, पहले बस में चेक किया था अपन ने.
अच्छा हाँ बोला. तो नहीं क्यों नहीं, क्यों से क्या होता है? सीके कर सकते हो. सीके यूज नहीं होता.
नहीं हुआ.
सीके कम यूज सकते हो. ओ
सी भी है.
सी भी है बहन. सी यू तो है, चलो ठीक है. यू की पोजीशन आउट कर रहे थे क्या तुम?
नहीं, वो तो गलती से दब गया।
ओकल्ट ओकल्ट
हाँ?
नहीं, पर टी नहीं है, एल भी नहीं है, तो
6 लेटर होता है occult।
ओ
डैश डैश
Ouchie.
OI।
dash UO या OU
UO
something।
OU तो नहीं आएगा क्योंकि अच्छा ये बोल रहा है
आई भी है ना,
OU
तो
I OU
आई
डैश
बीच में नहीं है
IC।
ना। आई नहीं, सी वहाँ नहीं है, OU सी है। तो क्या ये
क्या वर्ड है भाई ये?
EU dash I feel
लुचितिक होगा।
लूसियो लूसियो
L
लूसियो।
नहीं है, L नहीं है।
अच्छा, अरे यार शिट,
अरे लुचितिक
भाई घातक को किया मुझे लगा।
लुचितिक Fortnite ना बाबाजी एक स्मोक सीरीज एक
भाई लूसियो से कुछ होगा भाई, मैं बता रहा हूँ।
आ सकता है भाई। F
आई हैव अ वेरी गुड फीलिंग ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है।
जूसियो CU नहीं हो सकता क्या? CU डैश
TUO आएगा यार, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, मतलब
O
UO
नहीं है
साथ
ना?
में आना चाहिए।
O नहीं है ना?
ओ बीच में नहीं है ना। हाँ, तो फिर क्या थर्ड होगा वो?
तो ओ आई एम मे लास्ट सेकंड लास्ट
Something like this. What the fuck I cooked?
व्हाट
क्या 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 ओ तो वाओ,
क्यूरियो
क्यूरियो ये क्या होता है भाई?
क्यूरियस का शॉर्ट फॉर्म होगा।
नहीं, पेंडेंट टाइप होता है।
A small valuable, हाँ, rare, unusual or
पता ही नहीं
beautiful,
था
often
भाई।
something that people collect।
ये वो मैं वो
मैंने
खेला था ना, ब्लैक मीट वूकोंग।
अच्छा
क्यूरियोस
वाओ।
होते थे।
क्यूरियो